I don't really care if you cry. It's Shawn C, and we're back in here with another video. And today, out of high demand within my inbox on Twitter, people begging me to do a video like this on Lil Uzi Vert after I did a video on Lil Yachty. So I was driving home the other day. I sound like Kendrick. But I was driving home and I was listening to a bunch of music. I had a bunch of music in my playlist. I only, aux gang over here, aux chord gang. And in my playlist, I had EXO Tour Life.
For those of you who don't know, I've chastised Lil I've chastised Lil Uzi Vert in the past for not having enjoyable music, for not having audible music, for not having good music at all.
I'm not really a huge fan of Lil Uzi Vert, but that song really got me to appreciate some of the parts of his music a little bit more. The thing about Lil Uzi Vert that kind of has me hesitant to listen to his music is me not knowing where the direction of it is going. So I was listening to his music and I was jamming out to it for about a good 20 minutes, and I was like, what is it about this artist that I hate so much?
What you have to understand is my hate for Lil Uzi Vert was as strong as Sasuke's hate for Itachi. Like if I could, I would just Chidori spear this dude in the face.
No, that completely contradicts what I just said. How do you listen to the song so much and then say you hate the artist? Well, let's get this straight. I don't hate Lil Uzi Vert. That's actually what this video is about. Am I too hard, or people in general too hard on Lil Uzi Vert? Because he's got hit after hit constantly. He's on featured on one of the songs last year that did incredibly well, Bad and Bougie from the Migos. So clearly he has some likable element. It's just not clicking for me all the time. Now, let me put things into perspective for you a little bit more. Before I listen to any artist, I look at them objectively. I look at them as if I do not hate them or have any bias toward them. I go into their music looking for what I can grab a hold onto so I can really enjoy their music. To give you an example, Future, I go to Future for beats. Kendrick, I go to Kendrick for lyrics. J. Cole, I go to J. Cole for his message. Drake, I guess nothing now. I just go to Drake with my fingers crossed. But Lil Uzi Vert never really had that thing about his music that made me grab onto it, pause, and want to say, wow, I really like this guy's angle. I like the way he makes music. I really want to support this individual. Throughout his discography, I've kind of skimmed through a majority of his tracks, so I will be honest enough to say I don't really listen all the way through to a lot of his music. I think he does have some moments lyrically where he's a little bit better than other times, but for the most part, I think the thing that bothers me most about Lil Uzi is him not always being audible.
And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's when he does this, like, dude, stop. I don't know if you're gargling Listerine or telling me you need more food. Are you talking with your mouth full? Like, stop that. Have some manners.
I can't always understand what he says, which is why a lot of people classify Lil Uzi Vert as a mumble rapper. Now, a little bit with his more recent music, I've been able to understand what he's been saying. I've been able to kind of get an idea of where he wants to go with the direction of the song, like EXO Tour Life. I really like the message behind the song. It's a little bit more about heartbreak.
I think the meaning of EXO Tour Life is what gets me to enjoy it a little bit more. It's really dark, it's pretty twisted, and it can be interpreted in multiple different ways. The song is essentially about Lil Uzi's breakup, where he and his girl are having an argument and she complains about his drug use, all the things she's basically not happy with, and I'm guessing that's trying to lead him away from the main point. Him telling her that she should have never lied, and then the perspective at the end that gets really dark, where I don't know if she's talking to Lil Uzi talking about, oh man, all my friends are dead, so I'm not afraid if you push me to the edge, or if Lil Uzi's talking to her saying that. But overall, the song is really deep. It's actually dark. Like I said, my main problem with that song was just how little of it I could actually understand, because Lil Uzi Vert's voice just wasn't always 100% clear with what he was saying. Like, you'd have to be listening really close to be able to hear Lil Uzi Vert talking about the Zans.
I mean, I get the point of that song a little bit more, which is why I'm able to enjoy it. But some of his other songs and some of his other music, I was just like, no, I can't get with this. And it's not because I can't understand it. It's literally because I can't understand it. I'll be honest, I can sit here and tell you, like, I really don't enjoy Lil Uzi Vert's music. I can sit here and be honest with you and tell you how much I know about Lil Uzi Vert, but I don't. His music is music that I don't usually give a chance, but when I've given it a chance, he's proven me wrong. How should I put it? Lil Uzi Vert is an artist that I really don't expect anything from, but when he does release something that's good, it surprises me. A lot of the time when I listen to his music, I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know if that's because of the societal bias that's been placed on this guy's music. I mean, he's been classified as J. Cole's Lil whatever, been forced into the category of mumble rappers, and pretty much just looked at as an artist that just should not be respected. Now, I don't believe Lil Uzi Vert embodies hip-hop, and I don't believe he is the spirit to carry it on to the next generation. But what people have to understand about Lil Uzi Vert and somebody like Lil Yachty is they're actually changing the way people listen to hip-hop. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't believe these two have the power in the slightest to ruin hip-hop for people who like hip-hop. I mean, if you love hip-hop, just don't listen to these guys, and there you go. It's like they're creating genres within hip-hop. So you got hip-hop, and then you got Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert kind of making a different genre within that genre. It's a smart idea, and it's a nice business move for people who want to make that same style of music, because not everybody likes the boom bap music that we've been getting for as long as hip-hop has been in existence. I want to ask you right now, what is it that you get out of Lil Uzi Vert's music? Do you see no value in it whatsoever? Do you think his genre, this subgenre of rap music, of hip-hop that they're creating, do you think it should die, or do you think it's okay to just leave it alone? Should people who can't hang lyrically be included within the realm of hip-hop? Because that's what rap is, essentially. I mean, if you want to classify it or abbreviate it, rap would essentially mean rhyming and poetry. That's the best way I can kind of classify rap. So if that's what we view it as, what do we put somebody like Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert under? What category do they fall under? What would that be classified? I know people would just say, dude, they're mumble rappers, but I can actually understand a lot of what they're saying.
And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I believe there should be categories and genres and classifications within rap and within any genre of music so that people know where to go if they want a specific sound. This way, people who love hip-hop don't have to be bothered with mumble rap or what would be classified as mumble rap, and people who like that style of music know exactly where to go to get it. But since it's grouped all into one category, we don't know where to go to get what.
They just have never struck me as lyricists or really strong rappers. And as I've been looking forward to it and as I've been trying, I haven't found anything about Lil Uzi Vert's music that made me find this one defining trait, this one quality that's consistent throughout majority of his music for me to grab onto and be like, you know what? You're not great in all these areas, but as long as you've got this, I can hold on to it, pause, and it'll make your music enjoyable for me. Unless I'm wrong, what is it? You know, I'm feeling like I'm missing the defining moment, the defining quality within Lil Uzi Vert's music, because a song like XO Tour Life, I really do enjoy. I really like the message behind it, the meaning, the production is great, the flow is great. The hook is the genius sound for the hook, and he's using his voice perfectly. I can see why the song is a hit. I mean, it's got almost 100 million views on YouTube alone. The amount of people that are listening to it in the settings that it's appropriate in are crazy. But I know from a song like this what he's capable of, and that's kind of what angers me and upsets me about people like Lil Uzi Vert and people like Lil Yachty, because there are moments in their career when they have shown me and proven me wrong and they've impressed me. They just don't constantly do it. And I know what you're gonna say. Well, they don't make music just to impress you. They make music to have fun. One of Ebro's most hated videos is the video where he interviews Lil Bo. Lil Bo? I can't, like, it's too many Lil. The Lil Uzi Vert interview is probably Ebro's one of his worst interviews to date. Now, Lil Uzi Vert doesn't help his case because he's trying to say to Ebro, like, I'm not gonna rap on that beat. I'm not freestyling on that. When really, if you know how to freestyle, you should be able to freestyle over anything. It doesn't really matter. And he gets on there and he starts adding ad-libs to his freestyle. Just like, get this guy out of here. But he comes up there saying that he's a rock star. And you don't expect somebody who considers themselves a rock star to be that infatuated with the genre of hip-hop and what it means. I get that the old heads within hip-hop want to keep it strained. They want to keep it locked down into what they believe in. But they have to make it enjoyable for the next generation. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not trying to hear this same boom bap rap for the rest of my life. I want it to evolve. I want it to get better. I want it to become more enjoyable, but I still want it to keep that substance. It's difficult to classify myself as a fan of hip-hop or a fan of rap if I've got somebody like Lil Uzi Vert blasting in my ears.
And the main question here is just me asking you, are you confident saying you're a fan of rap or hip-hop knowing someone like Lil Uzi Vert or Lil Yachty or Famous Dex or Kodak Black is representing the culture? And I think I get why old heads are upset with that.
Now, I'm not saying I can't like this individual, but would you classify him as hip-hop or rap? I can respect Lil Uzi Vert on a lot of fronts too, because he makes music consistently. He came into the industry saying that it was about the money from the beginning, saying that this is basically his way to make money without having to go to school, go to college. And I can respect that. If somebody's found a gift or a talent within you and you want to explore that and you don't have to pay for education, then definitely do that. The fun direction that he takes his music in and to give people enjoyment with the sound of the music that he makes, I think will take him far. And at the very least, it seems as though he at least tries to defend, or his music is defendable within some meaning of the word. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, I like every single Lil Uzi Vert song, but some of it, or a lot of it even, is defendable. I can tell you why I like EXO Tour Life and why it's a good song. So he does have music that I can view the passion within. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a passion or a drive or some type of extra meaning within the music. It's just seeing somebody with the potential to do more with their style and they don't. Out of all the mumble rappers, quote unquote, I think the people I like the most or respect the most for having something to add to the sound of hip hop or rap or the mainstream music is somebody like Young Thug and Lil Uzi Vert. A statement that completely contradicts what I said about Lil Uzi Vert on my top 5 most hated rappers list, because I specifically said the one that I couldn't tolerate was Lil Uzi Vert. That was until EXO Tour Life came out and I was like, huh, I didn't know you were capable of this. And I've also got to commend Lil Uzi Vert for having his own style, because there are so many other artists that are trying to do what he's doing with his flow, with his delivery, with his sound, with their voice. He's like the Bryson Tiller of the modern day mumble rappers. You know how many people are trying to sound like Bryson Tiller? I can hear it in just all of their music. Same thing with somebody like Lil Uzi Vert. I mean, people are really trying to rip this dude's sound off. A lot of people say he's the pioneer for X's current flow, which to an extent I believe. Now, me not being knowledgeable enough about Lil Uzi Vert or about Lil Yachty, I cannot classify them or put them in my overrated series because it would be unfair. I don't know enough about them to say whether or not they're overrated or not. So I feel like in order to get a different or a better perspective on somebody like Lil Yachty, I would have, Jesus, I keep doing it. I feel like I did listen to it with just so much societal bias. Everybody wanted to hate him. I don't know why. I feel like half the people who hate Lil Uzi don't actually hate him, but their mind has kind of been warped a little bit into hating him just a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it's not great, but it's not that bad, okay? And he's stepping up. He went from, in my opinion, to garbage juice. That's the juice that you get when you tie up the bag and you're trying to run it out to the garage. Before any of the juice, flows out of the bag, you got to get it into the trash can before. You know what I'm talking about. Then he moved up to solidified trash. Then he moved up to the cardboard boxes in your basement that you really don't have time to move, but you're gonna take them out anyway. Then he moved up to a trash bag. And for those of you who don't know, everybody needs trash bags. You need a trash bag. Uzi Vert was that trash bag that everybody needed at the time. I don't know what comes after trash bag. This was a horrible analogy to use, but point in cases, he got better in my opinion. And with a song like EXO Tour Life, I think he's gonna be attracting a lot more people to give his music a chance. People who wouldn't have given it a chance before. I can't tell you why I feel this way, and I can't necessarily say if my opinion of Lil Uzi will get better over time as he releases new music, but I'm definitely a lot more open to it now than I was before, and I feel like other people should be too, because I do see the appeal within his music. And at the very least, I respect him for believing in his craft to some degree. Even if he says that he's in this for the money, you can tell from the music that he makes does believe in it at the very least.
I mean, look at this dude. He's jumping into a crowd of fans. Only someone who believes that other people believe in his music just as much as he does would try something like this. I don't even trust myself to hold me up.
And that's all I've got to say, man. Lil Uzi Vert, keep doing your thing, man. I hope you get better. I hope you release great music. I want another EXO Tour Life. I don't want to hate you. I just want great music to listen to, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in the year 2017. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on how you feel about Lil Uzi. Let me know if he rubs you the wrong way, if you still hate him, or if you see the appeal in his music like I do. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hit it from the back.